places we've grown, all of us are done for. And we live in a beautiful world. Yeah, we do, yeah, we do. We live in a beautiful world. Bones sinking like stones, all that we fought for. Places we've grown, all of us are done for. And we live in a beautiful world. Yeah, we do, yeah, we do. We live in a beautiful
Well, welcome to this week's edition of Dr. Mildred Fay Jefferson's Vital Concerns. I'm Connie Murphy, and with me is a very special guest who came all the way down from Lowell today. It's a pleasure to introduce Elizabeth Cannon, the Executive Director of the Lowell Association for the Blind. Welcome.
Thank you, Connie. Thanks for inviting me.
Before we begin, we would like to know a bit about yourself.
About me, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm born and raised in Lowell and still live in Lowell. I'm a graduate of the Lowell Public Schools and the University of Massachusetts at Lowell with an undergrad degree in law and justice. And I did my graduate work at Franklin Pierce University with a master's of business administration and leadership. And still live in Lowell on the street that I was born on, and married, and will be coming up on 30 years, and have one son who is a graduate, just graduated with his master's degree from UConn. So, kind of a synopsis.
Very, very, very good.
Thank you.
I have known you for number of years.
10 years,
10
yes.
years. Why don't you tell us a bit about the Lowell Association for the Blind?
Well, the Lowell Association for the Blind was founded in 1923 by the Middlesex Women's Club, who was a group of ladies that felt that there was a need to assist the blind living in Lowell at the time, and they provided food and transportation for medical appointments. And as you know, the Lowell Association for the Blind has evolved over the last many years, and we provide a variety of services now for our children from 5 years old through adults, and we have a lady that's 92 and a half that participates in our programs these days. So we do not provide food or medical transportation any longer, but we do a variety of other programming.
I have the pleasure of doing news on the radio at LAB, and it's fascinating because a lot of times you meet people and they'll recognize your voice and say, I listen all the time. And
yeah. We have we're an affiliate of the Talking Information Center radio reading service, And we read the Lowell Sun, the Lawrence Eagle Tribune, and the Nashua Telegraph 5 days a week. You are one of our probably longest volunteers right now, although we do have a number of people that have volunteered since the inception of radio reading. There are 6 radio reading affiliates throughout the state, and we cover the Merrimack Valley. We're on the air from 9 a.m. until noon reading the local news. And when we're not on, it goes back to the main affiliate, and they read the state and the national news. Because if you think about it, for someone who's blind or visually impaired, there is how would they get their local news if they can't read their local newspaper? They don't have an understanding of what's happening with city government and the schools. From anything from the obituaries to the sales going on. So it's important to get people their local news so that they can remain independent.
I have been doing broadcasting on TIC for about 30 years. So
yeah,
it has been fun every.
And we have people that call up when our volunteers are not in, and they'll ask us, "Where's Connie this week?" or "How come he hasn't been around?" or "Where's," and they'll name the volunteer and the reader or the team. And we have to make sure that the listeners know if somebody changes the schedule or is out for a little while for some reason. They're very dedicated listeners on our radio reading service. So
you have a lot of different means for people to read, including Braille.
Correct.
Want to talk a bit about your teaching of Braille?
Okay. Well, we have a Braille and technology instructor that works at the association, and she's completely blind herself, and so there's no excuses to be had. And she will start, and the classes are one-on-one, so that if someone has never taken a Braille class or is unfamiliar with computer technology, she will start literally at the beginning. She'll start with turning on the computer. There's a lot of specialized technology out there for the blind and visually impaired, and in order to be able to use it, you need some instruction, because it's like a layer of software on top of learning how to use what we would normally use, the Microsoft Excel or Word, that type of thing. So she will set up appointments one-on-one. Sometimes people are interested in learning both Braille and technology. So it's up to the student and the instructor, and they can come in usually once a week and do a Braille class or a technology class, whatever works for them.
One of the, call it unusual aspects of LAB is the fact that you have a bird watching club.
We do. We have, I think it's almost 10 years ago now, that we've partnered with the Massachusetts Audubon Society at Joppa Flats, and we do a birding by ear program for our folks. We usually go up to the education center at Joppa Flats twice a year. They have volunteers that they partner with our clients, and we usually spend an entire day up there discussing the birds, the calls, the habitat. We go out to the banding station. They are phenomenal to work with. They've done such great work with us that their volunteers know most of our folks now, because it's the same volunteers that they've had and our clients. And usually it's one of the most well-attended events of the year. And even if it's raining, we get a good turnout. That tells you how great a program it is, and it's very exciting. The clients just love the program, and the folks at Joppa Flats have been terrific to work with. Before
we continue, why don't you give our viewers the address of Lowell Association for the Blind and your telephone number?
Sure.
and the website.
Okay. We're located right in downtown Lowell, if people are familiar. We're right in downtown Lowell at 169 Merrimack Street on the second floor. We are handicapped accessible. People can call us. We're there Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And our phone number is 978-454-5704. They can find us on the web at www.lowallassociationfortheblind.org, and they can email us at info@lowallassociationfortheblind.org if they have any questions, and that's all on our website too. And they can also listen to our radio reading service by clicking on affiliate information in TIC, listen to the affiliate, and they can actually listen to us online also.
Good. Another unusual activity, and I say unusual because you don't normally associate blind people with bowling.
We have we take our adult program. Our adult program meets 2 days a week on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings with a variety of activities. We have people from 22 up until 92 that participate in the adult program. We send out a monthly schedule so people know what's coming up and they can come. And we usually go bowling at least once a month for folks. It's highly competitive, and we hear about the scores as soon as everybody gets back. And it's we often hear that people that are blind or visually impaired that may have lost their sight later on in life would never think of going back to something they love like bowling. And we've had people that say they hadn't done it in 30 years and they just had a wonderful time. And we go to a local lane and they put the bumpers up, and they just have a great time. So it's another well-attended event, monthly event.
Do you still have baseball?
We have not played baseball recently. The clients are not as interested in doing that, but we have played baseball in the past, and that also is a very interesting activity for the clients.
I know one thing that they do like to do is eat.
Absolutely.
You might want to tell us about some of your excursions to eating establishments.
We try and get people out. We want people to have an opportunity to just get out of the house and socialize with other folks that so they can that have an understanding of what people are going through. We have a lot of folks with macular degeneration or cataracts or glaucoma or retinopathy and diabetic problems. So it's an opportunity for them to get together and just have a good time with people that understand what they might need. So on the schedule a lot, they go out to breakfast, they go out and visit local diners or local restaurants, and most of our events are free, and we ask that they pay for their own breakfast. Other times we have breakfast in the office just to encourage people to just come on in and hang out. And if you don't have money to go out to breakfast for $2, you can come in and have breakfast with us and just hang out for the morning and socialize. So we try and do a variety of things. We take people out to the museums, and we go out, take people out shopping at the holidays or throughout the year, because somebody needs to buy a birthday card and they don't need the recipient reading it for them.
Yeah.
So we have staff and volunteers that will actually go out to to a store and read birthday cards if that's what they need, or Christmas cards, or help them pick out a gift or something like that. So we try and mix it up a lot and give people an opportunity to do a variety of things, that they don't have to rely on family members that might be getting the gift to pick out their own gift. So it's kind of nice sometimes to be able to do that for folks.
Do you have any other activities that you might like to share with us?
Well, today when I left, we were actually partnering with the Carroll Center for the Blind, which does a lot of independent living skills programs, and 2 of the instructors are there this summer doing a 7-week program on independent living skills. And today we're talking about how blind can safely take pills, as many elders need a variety of pills. They had all kinds of different adaptive technology that was available that they could to show people that figure out what might work best for them. It's a 7-week program, and we have 7 participants. And the only criteria was you had to be legally blind and 55 or older. So we had a great group today in talking about those things. So we do a variety of things like that. We try and keep people up to date on technology, on programs and services that are available in the community that they might not be aware of because they can't read the material, they can't read the newspaper, they can't read the requirements. We fill out forms, we help people write checks occasionally if they need that, because you don't want to, in this day and age, you just can't hand your checkbook over to somebody and say,
why don't you
write
can
out a
trust
check?
me, I'm not like the others.
Right. So our staff does a lot of that for folks that live alone and don't have somebody else that they can easily turn to do that kind of thing for them.
Speaking of technology, one thing that, again, people don't think of blind people enjoying a movie.
There is adaptive technology for people that are blind, and it's audio described movies, and they're becoming much more available in the theaters now with movies coming out. There are some available to purchase, so we try and keep some of them on hand at the office so people can borrow them. We want people to know about them so that if there is a movie they want to go out and see, that they may be able to look in the newspaper and find an audio described movie. There are audio described live performances that people might be interested in, and they really can enjoy them. We also have a large library with books on tape. A lot of our folks have never tried a book on tape, and they don't know whether they'd like it or not, and whether they want to fill out all the paperwork to do the National Talking Book Library. Gives them an opportunity to find their favorite author, borrow it, take it home, keep it for a while, decide whether you like it. If they need some help, then we can help them fill out the National Talking Book Library. They've just upgraded all their equipment, and it's digital, and it's much easier to use these days. You just pop a digital thing into this new recorder that they're using, and it's great for people. They've simplified it. No longer are they dealing with the cassettes that flip the tape over. You don't know if it's in the right way, the wrong way. So the digital stuff is really helping for our folks that are visually impaired.
A simple thing like, what time is it?
Absolutely. People don't know that there are talking watches out there, and people are always amazed at the talking watches or talking clocks. So how would you know when you need to get somewhere if you don't have an alarm clock? So we have all that available at the office. People often come in and tell us what it is that they need that would help them to remain independent, and we often can search and find that for them if it's available. Because most of this kind of stuff is not easily available. Usually you'd have to go on the internet or look through catalogs, and that's not always easy for the visually impaired. So we're there to help them. We try and keep a number of things in stock at the office so people can come in and get them. We also have what's called CCTVs, where people can put reading material underneath that will actually display it up on a monitor, and they can adjust the size of the font and increase it dramatically. I demoed one this morning, and the woman could not believe how easily she could read. She hadn't read in a long time. So just to be able to see that kind of technology, to know that it's out there, people just feel so much better about it.
And again, the phone number?
978-454-5704, and they can give us a call anytime.
We have a few minutes left. Do you have any
I'd love to tell you a little bit about our youth programs.
Oh, sure.
We have youth programs for 5 to 14-year-olds, and we have a senior youth program for our teens for 15 to 21-year-olds. They do a variety of social activities. Many youth are in their local public schools and may never see another blind child. During our work over the years, we've realized that many blind children have never seen a successful, independent blind adult. So we have developed the VIP program, which is a mentoring program for our blind adults to mentor our blind youth, and it's probably the only one like it in the state of Massachusetts. We just were talking about setting up our college awareness program for the fall to get high school students thinking about what will I need when I move on to college, should I go to college, what colleges are available, and get them thinking about contacting the disability services. That's not usually on the college tour when you go in general.
No.
So we had parents come last year and people from the disability services from some local colleges. We had some students that were attending the local college, and they had some great conversation. It was wonderful. I learned a lot about how our students navigate around at college. It was really very interesting.
One thing I do know that the folks at LAB like is ice cream.
Absolutely.
And this time of year, it comes in handy.
Yep.
Why don't you tell us a bit about some of the ice cream excursions?
Oh, they try out all of the local ice cream places, and they just have a wonderful time going out. We had our youth in yesterday with doing some musical activities, and kind of ended early, and I heard them saying they were stopping before they left to drive all the kids home to go to the ice cream stand on the way before they got home. So I'm sure they had a wonderful time.
Well, speaking of a wonderful time, this has been a wonderful time chatting with you.
It's great to be here.
Usually it's hi, how are you, and
get to work.
Get to work. But we thank you for coming all the way down from Lowell today.
Thank you for the invitation. We're glad to be here.
Our guest is Elizabeth Cannon, the Executive Director of the Lowell Association for the Blind. We do have a little bit more time if you can think of anything that you like.
You know, we just encourage people to give us a call. If they have a question, call us, and if we can't help them, we're happy to find the information and refer them on to someplace that might be able to help them. That's always important.
In case we haven't said it before, thank you, and thank you to the Lowell Association for the Blind for all you do to help the blind and the reading impaired. Thank you for being with us. This is Connie Murphy. Thank you for joining us, and join us next week for Dr. Mildred Fay Jefferson's Vital Concerns.